Welcome back to Fantasy Author Reacts to Hazbin Hotel. I'm your fantasy author, Jacob Penrod, and I'm so happy to be here. Whether you're watching with me here on Patreon or you're watching with me on YouTube, I'm just happy to be here. It's kind of been a go of it for the last few weeks, so I've kind of been missing in action. But I'm here. I am ready to kick some analysis booty without any further ado. Let's get into Hazbin Hotel and find out what has been happening. Haha, boom. I think I've made that joke 10 times.
I think maybe she's sensitive about her lack of wings.
I like that. I like
lack of tits.
Well,
Wow, where are you?
I was gonna say I like that Angel is sensitive to Vaggie's kind of traumatic backstory given his own past. But then he kind of undercut it. So I mean, it fits the character. Yeah.
How come every time Charlie talks to heaven, we get in deeper and deeper shit?
Husk asking
Angels
the
are
real
just
questions.
liars.
Difficult, but Charlie's trying her best in our room. Alone.
Interesting. So Alistair, he's going to use this time. We've seen that he's attentive to Charlie's emotional state in the past, like even in just episode 1. So I think he kind of sees this as his time to strike, or at least move forward with whatever he's been planning. I don't know what he's been planning, though, so we'll see. He's been planning something, though. And did we even see him last episode? I don't know. It's interesting to me that she's so broken up about this. I guess it doesn't it doesn't surprise me that she is heartbroken. What does surprise me is that she's not rallying and kind of masking her heartache in productivity with this new direction for the project. So this just must really be hitting her, and I can absolutely see why. It's an unexpected choice for this point in the story, but that doesn't mean it's ineffective. It's just something that kind of sticks out to me is not being what I would expect for the trajectory I've seen with the character so far, but being something that's unexpected while still making a lot of sense to me.
Who's joking?
Yeah.
You have a captive audience downstairs waiting to hear what kind of inspiring performance you have planned next.
So
I can't. How can I face?
I'm curious if he really wants her to go talk to them or if he's got some other plan that he's going for right now.
I'm just as bad as the cruelest overlord in hell. Maybe worse.
Cruelest overlord in hell as his face slowly drifts into frame. I see what you did there.
At least they don't go around giving false hope. Oh, fuck you, Alistair. All you do is stand there smiling while you watch us struggle and fail. I don't know how you can enjoy all this suffering so much.
That's an interesting criticism. I wonder if it's meant to be kind of reflected at herself too, because they do both smile, but in very different ways. Where we look at Alistair and he's like, kind of making a joke out of all the sadism behind it and all the pain. And it's like he uses a smile, like she says, but he uses it as a weapon almost. Whereas you have Charlie, who has that smile that we see in songs like Happy Day in Hell, and she uses her smile almost like a shield. So Alistair's smile is more like a sword and hers is more like a shield with how I read it. And what I mean by that is she uses it to protect herself from having to actually deal with the hardships or realities that she's going through. It's kind of like a why feel all of it when you can smile and push through and persevere kind of mentality.
A smile is a valuable tool, my dear.
Ha!
It
Ha
inspires
ha!
your friends, keeps your enemies guessing, and ensures that no matter what comes your way, you're the one in control.
But I'm not.
Interesting.
I'm the farthest thing from in control.
So we're seeing some of that.
I know something you don't know.
Oh, what does he know? The thing that the eggs try to tell Serpentius, the slicey dicey. He knows that they died.
All I need from you is one itty-bitty favor. What's a favor between friends?
He's
I won't
so
hurt anyone.
invasive with like his body language and his tone, just like assuming familiarity, despite them really not knowing each other all that long and clearly not being all that close. He's just so manipulative.
Deal.
Ooh, that's cool. Horns.
No.
The angels can be defeated, and Carmilla is the key.
What? Carmilla Carmine?
She killed an exorcist in the last
Okay.
extermination. She knows how they can be harmed.
So that makes sense of why she was introduced at the time that she was, because I remember being pretty critical of that, being like, there's so many characters, can't we just focus on the main cast? And there were some comments that were like, no, once you watch more, you'll understand why. I hold both opinions still, and we'll see how this plays out. Number one, with how the story's set up now, yeah, it seems like she is needed. And secondly, as they would say in Arrested Development, that doesn't mean that there weren't other ways to structure it, but that also doesn't mean that a restructure would have been better. It's just an observation. So I'm curious to see how they handle this Carmilla plotline.
But I didn't even know that was possible.
If you
She was an angel that was harmed. Maybe she meant killed, but even then, I find it hard to believe that in all this time, no one's ever harmed or killed an angel. Like, even, like, whisperings of it. So maybe this is characterizing Vaggie as not being super in-depth with it, or maybe still in a lie, or she just doesn't remember things, or maybe it was an error with the writing, or the most likely option, say it with me, I got something wrong and missed something with my ADHD ass.
if she can, we might have a chance.
With just the
She's
7 of us?
asking her to...
We're gonna need
she's asking her to turn against her own people, and even if that is kind of deserved, that's still a big ask, especially while your relationship is kind of at a low point.
Alistair and Charlie just left like they were running away from their responsibilities. Should we be alarmed?
No.
Like they were
We
running
have a
away from their
plan, but it includes
responsibilities.
defending ourselves against the angels.
Are you fucking high?
I'm gonna go learn how we can fight back, but when I come home, well, I'll understand if none of you are here.
I'm interested in what's going to come from that, because like I don't feel any kind of tension that any of them are going to leave. Alistair might if it serves his goals. What's her name? Is it Nifty? The fact that I don't know. She's kind of a wild card. I think she'll stay and be like, I like being in the hotel because I get to stab little bugs and it makes me feel alive inside. That's exactly how she sounds. And then the others, like, they're not going anywhere. So this is interesting because it reflects more on Vaggie and her current state than it does creating tension with them. So it looks like it's doing one trope, but I think it's actually doing another one, which is interesting.
And she keeps something like this from me? Why would she lie for so long? Does she think I wouldn't accept her? What about me? Me says ununderstanding.
So I empathize with her, and I see where the character's coming from. And also, let me know if you all agree or if I'm off base here. I would have thought that while this really bothers her, Charlie's been a character who's shown that she deals with hardships by diving in to positivity and projects. And so I would think that this would manifest more as her destructively leaning into this project rather than taking the time to grieve her relationship. And that she would actively put off grieving. In fact, I see this grieving almost healthier than I would expect her to be right now. So that it feels like a little bit of a surprise to me with the direction that the character is taking this to process. And I'm curious, am I off base here? Did I misunderstand the character? Is it out of character? Or do you think it's just like a difference in style and opinion? Because like it doesn't feel out of character. It just doesn't feel as in character as I would see something else. But I'm also prone to getting too attached to my own ideas. Like I'm very human, believe it or not. So who knows?
And it's all thanks to a very special someone.
Well, who hasn't thought about
So
eating their
it's immediately making intrigue by we've seen how awful hell is literally from the first song, and then Cannibal Town, which sounds like it should be very bad. It's kind of got this nice atmosphere to it, and so it makes a sense of unease where I'm not totally sure what to expect. That's a really interesting thing that they did there with that.
first husband? I certainly would have if he didn't taste so bad. Alistair? Alistair?
You know,
where have you been?
I've seen some comments not liking the character design in the show, and I just don't get it. I love basically every design that I've seen.
Introduce us, why don't you?
Ah, yes. Charlie, this is Rosie, the most darling, delightful, and dangerous overlord this side of the pentagram.
Oh, how about some nice pinky fingers instead?
Little lady fingers.
No, thank you.
Ba-dum,
though.
ching.
Oh, look at you. So polite. Alistair, you could learn a thing or two. Right?
She's so likable, but I do not trust her because she's so attached to Alistair. Is she an overlord?
At the end, they will be able to eat their fill.
Well, in that case, sure. Why not?
She trusts
What
him?
can I say? I like your moxie, girl.
No,
What do you mean, no? The Princess of Hell.
means nothing to me. You have to do better than that. 90 seconds. I will not invite destruction into my house.
But I
on
mean,
my
it's
people.
coming
You think we
regardless.
asked for this? All Charlie has ever done is try to make things better, to help her people, who, newsflash, include your people too.
Yeah,
How
that's what I'm
exactly
thinking.
has that worked out for her?
Also fair.
45 seconds.
But to get this group into line, you gotta win them over.
Do I feel a song coming
But
on?
how do I...
With sparkle, razzmatazz, and that so appealing moxie of yours. Who's a bit of
Susan.
an...
Ornery old bitch.
That. She's tough. But win her over, and the rest'll be easy as pie. Ready?
Okay.
I guess.
Everyone, we have a very special, very royal guest this evening.
So I'm very excited to see this. I am enjoying this episode, and this plot point specifically isn't fully landing for me, and it still has time to, but the setup itself is it feels like we're getting introduced to a problem just to presumably resolve it. Maybe it won't resolve. But I wonder, I don't feel any tension that she's not going to win this army over, and I could be wrong. I'm going to look like a dummy if that's the case. But assuming she wins them over either now or later, I wonder if there's a more effective use of our time right here than the cannibal recruitment plotline, something that would deal more with the greater conflict. And I'm not trying to imply by any means that this is bad or like subpar work or anything like that. Just that I guess that's been one of my recurring critiques of the show is it feels a little unfocused at times, where the things that it's focusing on generally all capture my interest, but when taken as a collective, the places that it focus, I feel like build a structure that doesn't fully support the bulk of what it's trying to do. And that if it just took all of this and focused in slightly different places, that the structure would be a little bit stronger to support this really incredible cast of characters that it has. Yeah, I hope that made sense. But, I mean, we'll see if this makes me look foolish.
Please put your bloody hands together for Princess Charlie.
You old bitch!
Okay, we'll be back after a brief intermission.
Well, I was wrong. I mean, I don't necessarily feel like it was a focus that makes sense to me, but that's what I mean, is even if the focus isn't necessarily the tightest compared to something like Arcane, everywhere that it's choosing to focus still immensely entertains me. And so it's just like this thing where Hazbin feels like this phenomena of where there's so much good trying to be packaged into a container that it doesn't totally fit. And knowing that they were only given a certain amount of episodes, but there's all the story they wanted to tell, I suspect that's exactly what happened.
Yours and all your sisters.
Wait, you know I'm an exorcist? How?
You got
You
the
have
eye.
a giant
Yeah.
X over your eye and wield an angelic spear. It's not rocket science.
I mean, that's what
Before
I'm
you
saying.
Found out about me, did you know angels could be harmed?
No.
No.
That shows in how you
Wait,
fight.
but yes. Yes, because she was harmed. They must be using harmed in a way that's different than I understand harmed.
Angelic weapons? It's that simple? How has no one else figured this out?
That's what
Angelic
I'm
steel
saying.
Isn't common.
Oh, there's a name for that. It's a technique where you label a question that the audience has. Is it lamp shading? I don't think I had that right. And then you kind of like draw attention to it in hopes that it doesn't seem like as much of a problem. But yeah, how hasn't anyone figured that out? I'm curious to hear the explanation. I feel like I knew it was angelic weapons. Had that already been told to us, or did I somehow get spoiled? I don't know. I don't buy it. That's okay though. I don't buy that. I guess I could buy that Vaggie didn't know, but I don't buy that in all this time no one figured out something that she figured out that quickly when there's been such a mass extermination for so long. Like there's never been one. I guess by definition, there's got to be a first one, and I guess this is that. I don't know. That's a plot point that feels a little messy to me in terms of believability, but not world-breakingly so.
Out for love. Think of who you care about. I know you're thirsting for vengeance, Vaggie. You're out for blood, but you'll only stand a chance if you're out for love.
That's cool. Okay, here's my guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure is training montage sequences. I don't care if it might not make the most sense if she gets the hang of it in 3 minutes or a 2-minute song or whatever, because I am such a sucker for that trope. Like, you give me a training montage and I am boom like that, and I can't justify it, but it's just how my brain works.
How does that make you feel?
Just angry because we share everything. Kinda?
Okay, so here's my issue with the scene, and it's Rosie, where I feel like because Rosie's new, the dialogue here itself is really good. I think that it's emotional and it shows exactly what's going on, but the issue I'm having is because we don't know Rosie, and in fact, it's flagged to us that Rosie might be a little untrustworthy, and that Charlie is kind of more on edge than she has been. Untrustworthy because she's tied in with Alastor, who it's been confirmed that the team, at least on some level, doesn't trust. I feel like this monologue would land better for me personally if it was going to Husk or someone that she's been shown to have any kind of relationship with, maybe Angel or maybe everyone. But she's telling this essentially stranger this huge secret, and it's a mix between working really well for me and also just feeling like it could have been aimed in a way that was more effective. Not saying that effective isn't the right word, because I really hesitate to say something matching my preferences is the only right way to do it. But it could be aimed in a way that I feel like connects more effectively. I immediately go back to that word. Connects in a more resonant way with the structure that's been built up for characters that have already been established, rather than needing to establish this new relationship and Charlie's vulnerability at the same time.
Well, then what's the problem?
She took part in the very
even
thing we've been working so
all this dialogue would work almost perfect for Husk.
hard to end.
Wow. Isn't that silly hotel of yours all about redemption? Words are cheap, but actions, they speak the truth. So,
There's
whatever
so
action-
much talent behind the show that I'm so torn. It like everything I see, I'm like, this is so good. And everything I see, I'm like, also, like, it could just be a little bit tighter if you do this or this or this. And I mean, that's just my editor brain, and I don't want it to sound like I'm thinking I'm right or I could make something better than this. But I just really wish that we could use this as a moment in our penultimate episode, seeing the team come together a little bit more.
How do you normally explain your hotel?
By singing. But that never works.
It
Is she
will
gonna-
work here. Trust me.
For the first time in my life, I might have to be ready for this. Ready to be the one who's leading from the front.
Oh, I like this vibe
Have
a
you
lot.
ever felt like you're willing to die to
So
save the people?
this is a type of, I'm calling it dialogue. I don't know exactly what the term is when it's lyrics being spoken to another character. But a type of dialogue that is more, this is what I'm feeling, and this is why I'm feeling it, and this is what you'll do. And that's not a criticism. I'm saying it's a technique, and I'm not familiar enough with the technique because I don't use it often, or I haven't studied it very much. But I do know that kind of on the nose makes it sound unintentional. But by having that kind of telling, at times there's an effect you can create, like this bigger, grander effect. Think of can you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? There's a cover of people who will not be slaves again. Like, that song doesn't have a ton of emotional nuance in terms of the lyrics doing a lot of heavy lifting, of meaning multiple things. From my recollection, it's possible I could sound like a big dummy and that's actually a super layered song. But from what I remember, that's a very, this is what we're feeling and this is what we'll do, and now we'll go and get those people, that is what we'll do. And there's kind of like a power behind the simplicity at times, as long as it's not overused, and the show doesn't tend to overuse it. And so I feel like that might be what it's doing here.
Now I need to be ready for this.
If you know what that's called, let me know in the comments. I'd love to learn.
Yes, sirree, you'll form life-changing friendships with the
That-
folks along the way.
Okay, this is too unrelated, but I'm going to say it. Something about this little tapping here, just the sound of the made me think of that scene in the SpongeBob movie with the Now That We're Men, when they get on the monster's hands and they're go Patrick, yeah. And I literally think it's just the tapping sound that awoke that memory.
And feast on all the angels you can eat.
Okay. Great.
He's helping her. That's interesting. So that's showing with the lyricism how much more powerful Alistair is at even what Charlie's good at. Like, she's good at talking to people. Well, she talks to people. But Alistair is able to get a huge response in just a few words. He knows exactly where to hit them, which is so on brand with him.
Just seem a little murdery right now. Don't worry,
Is that not
honey,
what she
about
wants? I guess I don't know what she
Keep
wants.
singing. We're super duper grateful to have you folks aboard. Can't wait to taste the angels' wings. Oh Lord.
I'm confused about harming versus killing the angels. Can they be harmed by things that aren't angelic steel, or is that just what kills them? Because if they can only be harmed by angelic steel, then these guys can't do anything to them, can they? And it's that word harm that I really think I must have misheard something that's throwing me off.
Really hope that I'm ready for this.
Oh, that was so good.
Looks like you had a busy day.
You too.
Charlie,
Hold that thought. I got you a souvenir from Cannibal Town.
You're still here.
What? Do you think we're a bunch of pussies?
I just got used to you guys. I ain't finding no new drinking buddies.
I've named all the stains on the carpet. That one's Fred.
Well, looks
See,
like
that's
we
sweet.
have a lot of work to do.
Not unexpected, but it doesn't have to be. It's sweet. And there you go. That episode was interesting for me. I feel like it had some of the highest highs for me, but also some of the parts where I was like, this is just a little messy. And again, when I say messy, it's easy to hear that and think I'm saying bad. And I'm not saying it's bad. I am just saying that it feels like there's so much vision and potential and talent that's just being packed into a container that can't quite fit it. And so it doesn't always know where to focus. That's kind of my feeling. Is I describe it has been so far. We'll see how the final episode brings it home. But I describe it as a beautiful, talented mess. Mess is too harsh. What's a word that's kind of like mess, but not mess? It's a beautiful, talented bowl of spaghetti.